All right. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Mr. Bepic stream, where we have the conclusion of SEC conference play coming at you in the CCS. Best of 7 between Texas A&M and the University of Tennessee at Knoxville. This should be a good one, folks. Two 8-0 teams, technically 10-0 if you count the postseason as well as the regular season, coming into a grand finals to see who officially gets their way into the CCS National Championship. But I think both these teams are pretty safe when it comes to securing bids to nationals. But we'll see who keeps their undefeated season going, as Tennessee, not just undefeated in the regular season and the postseason, but also in games during the postseason. They have yet to lose. They're 7-0 through the quarterfinals and the semifinals coming into grands. A&M, they've lost 3 games, so a slight blemish on their record, but hope everybody's doing well. I see a lot of Tennessee support, which I was expecting, but I see a rebuttal from some Aggie fans in chat, so that's what I'm looking forward to, is the back and forth. So I know Tennessee always shows up with fans, because they are a very popular bunch, but I'm excited to see the fans of A&M showing up as well. I see you, Iceborg. I see you. It's gonna be a fun one. But the winner, as a reminder, of every conference does make it to the national championship, the national stage of CCS, and the loser has to hope that the committee at the end of this week gives them an at-large bid. So one of these teams won't have to worry about that, though. Like I said, I think both teams are fairly safe, as there are 32 spots available, 10 for conference champions, 22 for non-conference teams that we think deserves a spot. And I'll tell you right now, A&M, regardless of this series, has earned my respect when it comes to making it to the national stage. So 6 undefeated teams, Nation says, going into champs, which is accurate. And I need you all to excuse me for 1 second, because the UTK boys are yelling at me in game chat, and I can't respond and type at the same time. All right, sorry about that. The Crisp, Joe Burrow, and Shaka are the first 3 in the lobby. We're waiting on the A&M gents to hop in. But yep, 8 current undefeated teams, but with A&M playing UTK and with Colorado and Kansas playing each other, there will be no more undefeated teams. Why did I start it like that? There will be 6 undefeated teams after those conference championships have wrapped up. If you put UTK and Oregon in the same lobby, that series would never start. That's the 2 best yappers in CCS. Yeah, that is probably accurate. I don't think I've casted Oregon yet, but UTK is absolutely one of the best yackers, maybe in the entire Southeast, when it comes to Collegiate Rocket League. I'm not even. It's very easy to get distracted. This is why I try to have a co-caster for UTK series. I forgot to grab one today. Because usually I respond to them while I respond to Tennessee while the co-caster talks. And then Steve's yapping their Nebraska chat from 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. when their match chat went up. What the heck? 2 hours from that time of day? Although I suppose that's midnight until 2 p.m. on the West Coast. Yeah, Iceborg, I know you're biased. I didn't know if I could trust a biased caster in the lobby. But single elim has been the format of the conference championship so far, and both these teams, you get to lose, so single elim, I'm sure, hasn't bothered them. Tennessee, 5-0 against quality opponents. I'm just going to read off their resumes now as we wait for A&M to get in the lobby. They've beaten Florida. They've beaten Texas, Bama, South Carolina twice. They just run through the entire SEC. And then, oh wait, A&M, 5-0 against quality opponents. They've beaten Florida, they've beaten Bama, they've beaten South Carolina, Texas, and they've beaten Bama twice. So, I genuinely, on paper, this is a very even matchup. I don't think, from what I've seen out of A&M, they're going to be able to keep up with UTK. If I was to bet, I'm thinking a 4-1 in this series. But I'm very curious. I'm very curious to see if A&M can keep pace, because they're undefeated. They've beaten other teams UTK's beaten. Their game differential is somewhat similar to the regular season. It was a 2-game advantage for UTK, and since A&M has dropped 3 games in the conference championship, they are now at a -5 deficit. But we'll see. As I see A&M have hopped into the lobby, so I'm gonna let them know that they are good to join in my book, and we'll get this thing ready. You know it's gonna be a good one. I was making coffee. I had to go with my Buc-ee's mug, you know, because that's what a good series always has, is 2 good teams and coffee in my Buc-ee's mug. So I'm gonna let them join up. Let's get this thing started. Without further ado, Tennessee and Texas A&M to cap off SEC play in the Collegiate Conference Series. Here we go. Let's get this game 1 up and running. We got on the orange side. I really messed this one up. Tennessee is orange on the overlay. I forgot to do the field colors. That's on me. So on the blue side is UTK. A&M is on the orange side. That's all right. UTK on the blue side, doing scoring in the first 30 seconds. And that makes sense. Wonderful setup here by Chris. Beat me. Calculated was a half step behind the play. And the Volunteers have first blood of the SEC championship. You can change it. Can you change it without recreating the lobby, Nation, or do you have to recreate the lobby? So I'll probably do it either way, but the faster I can do it, and the more comfortable I am, so I can keep talking, the better. Oh, word. Well, learn something new every day. I don't normally do all the fancy stuff, but shout out to Drones and Nation for providing me with the official CCS overlay. Created in Barrel, edited in Barrel, UTK. Like that shot back, I'm sure. 2 opportunities go by the wayside. They will have to be content with their 1-goal lead for now, but you know they're not. Crisp pop up for Jobro. That ball's just sitting on the goal line. It's pushed off to the side by Calculated. Crisp right back to Shaka. There for the finishing touch, but Calculated in the way. Jobro rebound is no good. The Aggies on something right now on their goal line, but finally UTK is going to break through, and they will score their 2nd goal. Jobro just cut quick right here. Calculated had no boost. Eddie was rotating back in. Tennessee up 2-0. Like a nice long sip from the Buc-ee's mug. Red for the A&M Aggies. Not biased though, I promise. That's a good play though with Eddie up front, low on boost. This will be tough to get back. Crisp. That shot deflected out to the side. Nice. Tries to counter with an immediate out, but A&M again forced to their back line. That shot narrowly missing the back of the Aggies net. Crisp stealing boost. Turning right back around with possession. We'll get all 4 wheels on the back wall. Center it for a teammate. And Jobro will dive in. UTK have that luxury of being able to dive in for low percentage opportunities where they can bet on maybe the defense missing on their goal line, because they're so quick to get back. And A&M are going to have to find a way to match that speed tonight. And when I watched them against UGA, they were slowed down a ton by the scrappy play of the Bulldogs in the conference semifinal. So I need to see them a lot faster tonight. So far, be better. But on the goal line, they have done extremely well, coming up with massive saves. That is awkward for Eddie. Not getting up. And you have to challenge Joe Bro a whole lot sooner. He's got a hat trick in game 1. That's just too easy. 3 minutes in. Tennessee up. 3-0 over the Aggies. And field domination at a clean 63% for UTK. A&M have had opportunities to shoot. They've had a little bit of time spent in the offensive zone. But only 1 shot on target so far for A&M. UTK is a team that, A&M rather, is a team that, against Tennessee and their speed, I would be surprised to see them take game 1 to kind of get up to speed with the Volunteers. And then game 2, 4+. Gets a little bit closer, but at the moment, oh my word, Tennessee. That's scary looking. Pre-jumping each other. And Crisp now trying to play with Eddie in the corner. Eddie not interested. Challenges, then runs ahead to look for a demo. Joe Bro low on boost, still gets the ball out to Shaka. Good 50-50. That'll allow me some room to get over the top of Crisp. Ball straight down, Shaka. On top of it first, calculated in. Ball is open for business here. But no immediate follow-up. UTK and a good bit of defense at the moment, but surviving. Their back line, Joe Bro. Musty pop to himself. Extra little touch goes back wall. Plays the ball out to safety. And A&M have solidified. They're going back and forth well right now with UTK. Getting possession is one advantage. I'm sure they would like to see a lot of. But they have got to find shots on target. They're just quality looks, which they have not gotten. Despite all that pressure from A&M, they still have only 1 shot on. Just finding their time. We see future games in this series going like this. This could be a much more competitive SEC championship that I know Luigi's expecting. Calculated, though, with an answer for all the naysayers. Set up by Meese here, and that is a wondrous finish. Bar down and in. A&M clap back. And I'll take another sip from the Bucky's mug. This one could go a ways. UTK. They were taken to Game 5 earlier in this season by the Texas Longhorns. So they very well could be challenged by an even better A&M team that did 3-1 that same Longhorn squad in the last week of the season. Regular season, that is. But 3-1 still the win for UTK at the end of Game 1. And the Volunteers starting off about how I expected, with an early advantage. 14 shots on target. But for A&M, that second half looked so much better than the first half. I don't know why I readied up right there. They all readied up. The colors will remain the same going into Game 2. This is why you don't let me produce. But that's alright. You all can bear with me. I trust you. Tennessee still on the blue side despite the overlay. My apologies. Bepic stream is anything, or it's nothing, if not a little scuffed. A&M kicking things off. Oh, Meese, an emphatic first goal of Game 2. Joe Bro to make a tough save, couldn't follow it up, and Meese slams that in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a series. Come on, A&M, keep it up. Crisp is not a guy you want to have space, though, if you're an A&M fan. He is shut down, though, at the back wall of the Aggies. Will now run ahead. Give me some room to work with, but I don't know if he felt the heat of Joe Bro trying to track him down, but he's had to backflip out of that play, and now the Volunteers setting up their offense. Eddie, little off-speed touch right there. Will force Crisp to miss, but Joe Bro off the ceiling is brilliant. Crisp gets right back into the play, redirects it into the corner of the A&M defense that will then concede immediately to Shaka. And the Shaka's on the board as well. His first goal of the series. A nicely placed ball right there. 50 seconds in, going back and forth. A&M found themselves up early on, but Tennessee counter with one of their own. Crisp, good speed there in defense. They keep control up the side wall, but has nothing in the tank. But commands so much respect. Meese and Calculated both hanging back right there, waiting to see what Crisp is going to do, as he can't do a lot to your defense. And right there, just getting possession for the Volunteers of Tennessee. The pop out, Crisp will field. Extra couple of touches. But A&M on their goal line have been very good. It's the opening stages of game one. They'll find a clear on Tennessee, force them back. Shaka does well from his back wall. Can't get through Calculated though. Tennessee trying to play methodically at the moments. But they give up a big shot. That post is dented by Eddie. A&M looking to claim their lead right back. That might do it. If not for the quick reaction speed of Shaka. Coming up big on the goal line. CK survive another bout of A&M offense. Crisp off in counterattack mode. Bumping one. Jobro, he's right behind to thrust Tennessee up out in front. And that is a gorgeous transition into offense by Tennessee. The Volunteers grab their lead back, and now we have to see more out of Texas A&M. What can they do for us in the back half of game two? As the deeper a hole they enter early on in this best of 7, the lower and lower their odds of getting out become. Good stop by Calculated on the near side. We'll beat the next man up in Shaka. Carrying suboptimally. Still gets the ball to Eddie. A touch mid will give UTK possession again. Jobro in a 1v1. Flip reset. Goes low. Jobro finishes it with a bang. 3-1. The Volunteers off the back of one of their longest standing players will grab themselves a 2-goal lead. Jobro has been on the A team the longest, and this next semester will have the title of longest standing member. Shaka makes room for Taibu. The Volunteers getting scarier next season, but that just means the UTK B team is going to be even scarier. Can't wait to see Shaka performing there. At the moment, he's still making his mark on the pitch with the best of them. Moves near side. That's Crisp. He does work. Hits the side wall. Tries to waterfall the ball down, but just allows a shot from Jobro. He has been on cleanup duty in the offensive zone. Well, Shaka does it in defense. Getting back wall. It's awkward. Actually, that was Jobro on cleanup duty, and he just scores from his back wall. Are you kidding me? Just sends that ball flying. Catches out Calculated. Which, I don't know what happened right there, honestly. And 3 woos from Calculated in chat. Might suggest Calculated is in the same boat as I am. Either way, what started out so well for Aggie fans, oh dear, will turn into a bit of a mess. As A&M makes a sizable blunder in the offensive zone, and that followed a sizable one in the defensive one. They can't even answer with a goal following up the end of that possession, and they give up an open net. A sad sequence for Texas A&M fans. That's... I don't know. That was bad. 5-1, UTK. They answer what was first blood out of Texas A&M. And now begins the portion of games where where UTK, the T names are getting me in this one. I don't know why. But they begin to mess around just a touch. That could be an opening for A&M. if UTK even elects to start beaning about on the pitch. At the moment, they are keeping the momentum up. Up by 4, looking for a 6th. Chris won't get it right there. Passing back to Shaka. He's somewhat ready for it. Not the greatest of touches. He tries to salvage possession. Isn't successful, but is now upfield for a redirection. Pop back for Joe Bro. Oh man, what's Joe got for us here? Nothing, says Moose. Good defense. Calculated. Transition into offense. And even then, still can't get it to go. Eddie turning around. Can't beat Joe Bro on the near side. The ball will hang up in the air for a little bit longer. Tennessee still take game 2. Let's see what the final shot tallies are. Yeah, A&M, a much better game in that regard. They were getting chances to score, but unfortunately, unable to get it. Nation, if I change the colors of the team settings, is that going to change it for the players as well? I don't want to throw them off. I might just keep it the same, honestly. Texas A&M has a long road to go. They can turn it off. I'm not changing it. If I was a player and the colors changed on me mid-series, that'd throw me off. So I'm going to keep it the same. I don't want them to have to deal with that. Next broadcast, I'll get it right, I promise. Don't take away my my broadcast rights of CCS matches. Game 3, Tennessee and A&M. Doing battle in what is probably the most important game. If this series is to have a longer lifespan than it's looking like it might have at the moment. A&M needs this. Calculated, looking to provide off the ceiling. 50-50 out. The side wall, where Eddie will take over slowly. Place the ball center, but Joe Bro is prepared for that. UTK survived their first little bout of defense. They transition into offense. Shaka's coming off the ceiling. Scary sight there. Get the ball to Crisp. Going back wall. Eddie's awkward. The finishing touch, though, from Joe Bro. It really isn't there at all. Got a little bit of the ball, but just goes straight up and down, allowing A&M a breakout play. Eddie goes far side, but Crisp saves the ball away. A hero on the UTK goal line. Eddie will pinch it back mid. But Joe Bro, low on boost, still gets the touch away. Calculated. Adding more to the possession numbers of Texas A&M. And they find a goal. Meese nearly did. Calculated was there for a potential rebound opportunity. Tennessee, though, staying solid. They rarely double commit. Especially on the defensive side of the ball where they are so solid. A&M can't find a way through, but at the very least for the Aggies, their defense pitching a shutout now as well. Meese dunked by Shaka there. See who wins a race to the ball. Joe Bro beats Eddie. Dunks calculated as well. Bumps the last man, but Crisp didn't believe in the play. Let's see the vision. 2 minutes gone in game 3. A&M. This bodes well as long as the game is tied, but they're going to have to score first soon. And they can't do that as Crisp is there on cleanup duty. Right out in front of the A&M net. It's a nice 50-50. I don't think Eddie was expecting the post bounce right there. And A&M. The road grows not much more treacherous. Flicked by Eddie, but not by Crisp. He matches the next man as well, but calculated. Fields the ball. Gets to the corner. Stopped by Shaka. I like the pinches from A&M. They're executing them in terms of power, but throwing off Tennessee defense. Volunteers get out. Crisp tries to bet on the miss, but this is too solid. Shaka, big dunk there. Puts Eddie in a tough spot, but he does admirably. He's looking for calculated on the way out, but contact made. Their penance for that miss in the midfield is playing more defense. Joe Bro, good beat. Shot's not on target. That is a dither. CK starting to swarm. The calls. Old Rocky Top in the A&M end, but that is a great clear by the Aggies. They find a way out, though now Meese low on boost. Little awkward ball for him. Still comes up with a touch. Man, this game is manageable. They need the next goal, though. Just 100 seconds left. Calculated. No flick. Natty, no real shot. Crisp gets in the way. Meese is going backwards. Crisp in a 1v1. He's good in these spots, but calculated too good on the A&M goal line. It's clear down the side, but with space in between the ball and the next A&M player up. So Joe Bro carries, but only as far as Eddie at the midfield line. Meese looking for... I'm not sure. They bailed out of the play. So calculated. Next up in rotation, tried to center the ball, but UTK is right there. Crisp making the A&M defense play awkwardly. But again, they're doing well. They're getting better reads on the goal line, getting better touches out to the side. But they have to match that good defensive performance with something in the offensive zone. Center ball here, Eddie. Not at the point of contact by Joe Bro. Looks center. Everyone's diving across the goal line of A&M. UTK does have to be careful. For as good as they are, A&M are not far behind. The Volunteers have to be cautious as A&M can score in a hurry. He puts that out to the side, though, and Meese is bested. 20 seconds left, and that feels like a death timer for A&M. I just don't see a best-of-7 reverse sweep happening against UTK. Look too solid at the moment. Jobo's got a 100 boost, though. He's carrying out to the side, but Eddie intercepts as a teammate downfield, but Crisp in his face. Eddie collecting again. We'll pop that ball straight up out of 50-50. Calculated. There for Meese, but shut down by Joe Bro. The ball will hang in the air on 0 seconds until Joe Bro decides to ground it. 1-0. Tennessee beating A&M, taking a 3-0 series lead. And all right, if this is the final game, we might as well have it on primary colors. So I got you guys, for those that want to see the true colors of both teams. Going into game 4, I do like it, especially in collegiate broadcasts. I love the colors adhering to school colors. I do love that. I just wasn't prepared for that part coming into the series. Sorry, players are doing the lightning dance, but we're ready to go. Game 4 coming up. Oh, Reach, I appreciate the 50 bits. Thanks, man. And I didn't change on the field. Okay, I guess I did it wrong. Someone's gonna have to give me a lesson on changing colors. I suppose I didn't do it correctly, but that's all right. You guys are here for the Rocket League anyway. And boy, have we seen some quality RL pick into Champions Field. The majority of it, unfortunately for Aggie fans, is on the UTK side. But there is still time for that change. Texas A&M. Let's see what they can do. Trying to prevent a perfect conference playoffs route that UTK is trying to hand the SEC. A 3-0 over Auburn. A tear running down my eye. 4-0 over South Carolina. Looking for a 4-0 over Texas A&M. Shaka wants it. He emphatically kicks off game 4 with a wonderful double tap. Heads right through Meese. Makes you wonder if that Red Fennec had any hitbox at all. 1-0. Tennessee. They want this series over and done with ASAP. Oh, and there's another. That time it was a bump play that set things up as Crisp ran ahead, zoned Eddie away, picked up 100, and sent Meese right into the national championship. Not with the auto bid, mind you. 2-0, UTK. I mean, they're looking like the UTK that I think a lot of us were expecting coming into this series. I try not to come in expecting a 4-0 sweep, but this UTK team has been so dominant this season in regional play. They've been contested by some of the better teams at the national stage, but they have been too good in the Southeast for me to see many teams that can take them down. Even a team as good as A&M, as that is a great save by Calculated. And Mies gets there for the sweep off to the side. Crisp, flip reset, goes low. Jobro tried to finish. And now it's just pure control from UTK. UTK going to Game 5 in league play. Until they lose a Game 5, I'm not buying it. Let's see. From Jobro. Because I know that Texas series, that was almost a reverse sweep. That, I don't know. UTK, at times, don't always play the most solid Rocket League when they go up. But here they have stayed in full control. Even with the 5-1 a game, too, they didn't start messing around. There's enough respect on A&M's name here in the conference championship to keep playing the most solid. And it has translated. Have not given up a goal since that game 2. With a 1-0 shutout in game 3. So far, 3 minutes into game 4. No goals conceded, though that did nearly change. Chris down to the side. Jobro misses. That leaves Shaka in an awkward spot. He's forced to give the ball straight away to Eddie. He's in for a shot, goes far side, and that back post, a demon of Texas A&M at the moment. 100 seconds left. And A&M still cannot buy a goal. Oh, and that's just in. That's just not fair. A&M were so close so many times on that offensive stint. And then Tennessee just break out. They dunk Calculated. And it's just straight in. Recalculated in chat. This one's looking close to over, folks. UTK in commanding control of Game 4. Despite A&M's best efforts on the offensive side of the ball, they could only muster 2 goals in just over 3.5 games of Rocket League against Tennessee. But I would not be surprised to see an A&M Tennessee matchup on the national stage. Depends on how the seeding shakes out, of course. It's kind of a March Madness style bracket, just half the size. As the selection committee will be convening later on this week to sort all of that out. Look forward to figuring things out, but UTK, they are absolutely one of the best in CCS. They will contend for the crown of the best in the CCS a little later on in the summer, as will A&M, but so far the Volunteers have themselves a step above the Texas A&M Aggies. As we go through the motions of the conclusion of the SEC Championship. GG's all around. UTK claim their ticket to the national championship. And A&M not even at the closing second of Game 4 can they find a goal. GG's. I don't have much else to say. The final aggregate score was 12-2. Tennessee with the 12. I'm going to call stream there, folks. I appreciate you tuning in for that one. I can't wait for the national championship. But make sure you're following the CCS, Collegiate CS on Twitch. And we got one more series with Colorado and Kansas coming up. When is that, nation? Selection show next Friday, of course. When is Colorado and Kansas? Monday nights. Tune into the mainstream Monday night. That will be a CCS classic. I'm calling it right now. But I'm going to go ahead and raid someone. Who are we raiding? Let's see. Let's raid the Midwest Car Soccer League. The former MNCS, for those that have been around a minute. As they've got a stream going on right now. But thank you all for joining. Leave a follow if you like. Bepic Cast on Twitter if you want more collegiate Rocket League action even outside of the CCS. But that was a fun one. And I will see you on Monday on my stream for Monday Night Lights. Catch you there. Peace out.